Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over a candle making 101. So, just the basics of what you need in order to get started, either making candles as a hobby or if you're looking into making candles as a business. I'm going to go over tips and tricks on each item that I have found in the past. I personally have been making candles for 7 years now, and I've been doing the business for about 3. So there's been a lot of up and downs and a lot of testing, and it is a great business venture or just hobby if you really enjoy candles. Mine started off as a hobby. I was making candles for family and friends. So we're gonna go over that today, and I'm gonna show you all the supplies that I have and things you're gonna need from start to finish making the candles and shipping them out. Now, this is going to be a basic overview of everything, so if there's any topic that you want me to cover on a little bit more in detail, feel free to leave it in the comment section and I can make a more detailed video on that for you. Now, if you are new to my channel, my name is Kayla. I make videos all about concrete and candle making. So if you are a business owner or a crafter like myself, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos I post in the future. Let's go ahead and jump into it so I can show you all the items that you're going to need if you want to start making candles. So these are the supplies you're going to want. I have Golden Wax 464 for my soy wax. I use 100% soy wax. It's completely up to you, whatever wax you'd like to use. There's paraffin, soy blend, apricot, coconut. There's a lot of different kinds. Now, to melt your wax, you're going to want something like this. I have a Presto pot, or you can use a double broiler system like this picture here. Now, I really like this Presto pot. If you're doing a lot of candles, I would highly recommend this. It can melt. This one I have, it melts up to 12 pounds of wax. So you'll want a pitcher. I have 3 of these. This is what you're going to use to pour your melted wax in if you have the Presto pot, or just regular wax if you're doing the double broiler. Now for temperature, these are the 2 options you can do. I personally like the digital thermometer the best, but I did have the other thermometer when I started. Now to weigh everything, you'll just want a kitchen scale. I got this off Amazon, and you can use it to weigh your wax and your fragrance when you add that into the candle. And then you're going to want containers. So this is just an oval concrete container I made myself. I do have a video linked above and in the description box with how to do that. This is just one of the smaller concrete candles, but you can use glass, tins, really anything. Now, if you're doing soy wax melts, you'll want to get these little clamshells or just little silicone molds to make your wax melts out of. Now, this is a wick cutter. I'll get into wicks a little bit more in a second, but you'll definitely want one of these to help cut your wick once the candle is dried and finished. All right, so you're going to want wick stickers or something to hold your wick into the container. I use these wick stickers from Amazon. They're awesome. You could also use a hot glue gun if you like. Now I use 100% cotton wicks from Candle Science. They do have a wick sampler that I would highly recommend. That way you can test out wicks in each container to make sure that they burn properly. Now, as far as fragrances go, again, I get these from Candle Science. I love Candle Science if you can't tell, but I have a lot of different fragrances. You can get larger quantities or you can get smaller quantities. They have smaller bottles. I like to get these small sample sizes as well to try the fragrances. On a side note for the wicks, there are different types of wicks. I just use the 100% cotton, but you can do wood wicks as well, and a lot of customers really enjoy those too. Now for my labels, I use a couple different types, but I use all Avery. So for these, I made little thank you stickers that I put on my packages. And then these go on the outside of my box for just branding. It has my wise owl and handcrafted in Queen Creek, Arizona. Now these, the Avery 2.5 round, these are the labels that I use on the bottom of my candles. So I'll just design them, print them, and put them right on the bottom there. This is just a smaller one. For this candle, I will use the smaller 1.5 inch. Now, Avery has a lot of different sizes, so depending on what container you have, I'm sure they have the size, and you can do custom sizes as well if you need. Now, this is my favorite tool and highly recommend. It's a heat gun. So sometimes, especially with soy wax, you will get holes in the top of the candle. All you have to do is just put the heat gun over it, and that will solve your issue and give you a nice, clean, smooth finish on top. Now, in each package, I do include these items. This is a sample, little wax melt. I do put a label on there saying enjoy a sample. And then I include 1 or 2 business cards. I will be making my font bigger on this business card, so I highly recommend making your text a little bit bigger on there for people to read it easily. Now, another thing that I put into the package is my candle care card. I have my social media. Please leave us a review. I will go over this a little bit more towards the end of the video. Now you're going to want tape for shipping, and then these are my shipping boxes that I normally use. So I use the USPS, I usually use priority mail, but I've been using the regional rate box A. It saves me a few bucks on shipping, and then I just have a normal box as well that I got from Uline to help with smaller items. Now I always wrap each item in tissue paper and then bubble wrap, and then I put it into the box. So once I package the box up, I put crinkle paper in there. This is a 10-pound box that I have. I absolutely love this crinkle paper. I get it from Uline. I get actually all of my shipping supplies from Uline. I get the crinkle paper, I get the tissue paper I use, I get my boxes, and I also get the bubble wrap that I use. I absolutely love Uline. All right, so those are all the supplies that you're going to need from start to finish. Now, as far as, licensings and laws in your state and your country, I would definitely look that up. Here in Arizona, we have to have a TPT license, which is the Arizona Transaction Privilege Tax license. I may have got that mixed up, but it's a TPT license where you have to pay every year to be able to sell in certain cities and states. For example, I live in Queen Creek, so I need to have that city. And then also when I do my markets in different cities, I also have to include those too. So just be sure to do your research on what is required in your state and your city, so that way you make sure you're following all the laws. One tip that I would recommend on these candle care cards, I know I covered how I put them in my box. So I put my social media, I'm actually gonna make a new one with a little YouTube channel on there. But then I put, leave a review, 5 stars if you're pleased with your order. I highly recommend that because if you're using Etsy or even Shopify or really any source that you can get reviews on, you definitely want people to be leaving those reviews. Because if you think about it, when you go and try to purchase an item, you're going to be looking at the reviews, how many reviews they have, how many stars they have. If you have 2 items that are similar and they're very close in price, you're probably gonna go with the one that has the most reviews and the best reviews. So build those reviews as much as you can. On mine, I just have love your order, let us know by leaving a review. And then I also put here that they can enjoy 10% off their next order, and I put a promo code. So that just, has them come back, gives them appreciation for purchasing your item. So I would highly recommend doing that. And you can also put in just like a separate coupon if you wanted to, and instead of putting it on here, it's completely up to you. But just make it personalized and just make sure you're doing your branding. That's why I have my business card, I have this, I have stickers that I put on the outside of my shipping box, and it just really gets your shop name out there. All right, one tip on the fragrances. So this is just one that I have. I have a ton of different ones. This one's from Candle Science. Make sure you're testing every single scent that you add to your collection, just because each scent will react differently, and you want to make sure that you like the scent and that it is burning well before you sell it to a customer. Two really great places that I get my fragrances from are candlescience.com and lonestar.com. LoneStarCandleSupply.com. Now, if you are local to Arizona, like the Phoenix, Chandler area, I go to Arizona Soap Supply, and it is a soap supply store, but they do have candle things, and they have a ton of fragrance oils. Now, if you're going to use essential oils in your candles, be very careful because some of them might not work very well. I personally have used citronella essential oil, just straight essential oil, and it did work well. So just make sure, again, that you're testing and testing and testing. That is my biggest tip on making candles before you even launch anything. Just make sure that you're testing them. Now, as far as places to sell your candles, you can really sell them anywhere. I'll list off some of the places that I've done. So I've done Etsy, Shopify. I'm currently just on Etsy because I did Shopify first and I really liked it, but I wanted to be part of a marketplace to really build before I go back to Shopify. So both are great platforms. I also have done a ton of farmers markets, big ones, small ones. I would highly recommend farmers markets. It really gets your name out there. And then also I have just walked into stores. So I have taken a trip. My dad actually helped me, but we went to different strip malls out here locally in Arizona, and we went in and I just started talking about my candles and was wondering if they would be interested in wholesale. And what actually happened is I got a few leads on wholesale, but I actually made money via cash, my Venmo app on my phone, by the employees just buying the candles. So, you know, that right there is a way to sell your candles and get your name out. Now, another way that you can get your name out there is also doing like wholesale websites. So they do have a few wholesale websites out there that will help you sell your products online to other stores wholesale. But you can also contact, like I said before, stores in your area for wholesale. I'm currently working on one as we speak with a farm down the road from me that holds events. So, you know, that, and they have a little farm shop that they're interested in. You can do private labeling. There's a lot of options you can do. Again, this video is just a basic overview. So if there's anything that you want me to cover a little bit more in detail, be sure to let me know. All right, so that was all my tips and tricks and supplies that you would need for starting a business in candle making or just doing it as a hobby. If you are thinking about this, I would highly recommend it. I, again, have been making candles for almost 7 years and I absolutely love it. So I hope all of this answered some questions for you, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And again, don't forget to subscribe. I will be posting, my goal now is to post 2 videos a week, minimum 1. So I really want to try to get more content out to you all. So if there's anything that you, again, want me to cover, please let me know, and I would be happy to make that video. I will see you all in the next video, and again, thank you for watching.